Thank you. I'm delighted to be able to introduce a fellow Toastmaster. This morning, he's going to be working on project number 9, which is Persuasion with Power. The overriding goals of this particular speech have to do with really presenting his ideas in a way that helps us to understand that there's a problem, that there's a solution, that he's credible in his presentation, that he is knowledgeable about what he's speaking about, that his delivery is very clear and concise. In addition to that, we want to be clear that he has the qualifications to be able to make the recommendations that he's giving us, and we need to feel his sincerity, that what he believes that he's speaking about is true. As we know, the economic conditions of the past year have brought about very challenging times for most Americans. And as a result, these conditions have had adverse financial effects for ourselves, our families, our friends, our co-workers. With such economic uncertainty, many Americans have been left feeling very powerless and very vulnerable. And most people have been faced with an unexpected enemy that they really clearly have no idea how to handle. Today, Quinn Ruffins from TRW Credit Corporation is here to help us to take control of our future.
If you would ask those. It was my understanding that, I could be a little bit wrong, but we're going to persuade you anyway, that we're supposed to be presenting our businesses, or this comes after the time that we had spent of everyone persuading others about their business. So it was my understanding that that's what we were to do today. But with that being said, I hope that I am able to persuade you about what it is that you should do about your future. Now, it's my predilection. I have a predilection for success. Anyone here disagree?
Yeah.
Is anyone here this morning? Hello, how you doing? Good morning, Vietnam. No, I have a predilection for success. And in order to be successful today, credit is very, very important. You have to have a good future. In order to have a good future, you have to have good credit, because it's very difficult to have a good future today without good credit. Does anyone disagree with me on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, the fact of the matter is, I don't think you can have a future if you don't have good credit right now. You have a future to live, but will you have a future for success? Because every day that goes by, an opportunity eludes you when you don't have the credit, or if you're not in position to succeed. For example, has anyone ever driven down a one-way street before? I have. Okay. And I don't know if you've ever gone to San Francisco. If you go to San Francisco, almost every street downtown is one way. And if you're not familiar with it because it's hilly, it's foreign territory, you will be somewhat flabbergasted about, what do I do if you make a wrong turn? So I had the fortune of going down a one-way street, and everything was going fine because everything and everyone was going the same way I was going. That was great. Then all of a sudden, there was a detour. When I made the detour, I ended up at a roadblock. When I got to the end of the roadblock, I was stuck. There was a dilemma. What do I do? Now, I asked the question, when you come to this roadblock, do you A, put your car in reverse, B, sit there and try to figure out what to do, or C, cry for help? All the above, right? Well, I'm stuck in a dilemma because I couldn't, I'm a very reactive person. You have to understand that about me as a person. I'm very reactive. So if you ever call on me, I'm going to respond with a phone call. If you ever ask for help, I'm going to respond with help. So my response to a roadblock was reverse. And when I went to go in reverse, I realized there was a bunch of people behind me stuck in the same situation that I was stuck in. What do you do about that? What do you do when you're stuck? You can't get out. There's no other options. Well, in order to persuade someone, you have to understand the 3 E's. You have to educate, you have to empower, and you have to encourage. And many of us, when it comes to credit, credit restoration, which is what my company does, there's no education whatsoever. None, period. We have the overall belief that because we wrote a letter in, that the credit reporting agencies are going to automatically kneel down, fall over, and fix your credit for you. I'm here to tell you that that's a sad mistake in your understanding. Now, understandably, there are some who do this and are successful, but the time it takes to make it happen, you could have won the lottery or lost your home. I have a friend, he's in the mortgage business, he's very successful at what he does. And recently, he tried to apply for a home that he found out in Corona. Because he's a broker, he's finding properties that are unbelievable. So he found a 3,000 square foot property, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, about 12,000 lot size, 12,000 square foot lot size. And he found out that when he presented his application, he was denied. Now, when I say denied, I don't mean that he wouldn't give him the home, but they denied him for the credit rating that the percentage that he was supposed to get or purchase the home for that he would like to have gotten. He goes back, finds out that it was Bank of America. Now, he's paid his credit with Bank of America on time for the last 5, 6, 7 years, $1,000, $1,500 a month. And for one little mistake that Bank of America caused him having his dream home, they said he was 2 months behind on a payment that he had proof in writing, proof from Bank of America through one of their representatives that he did have conversations with, that he called in and they confirmed that he did make the payment, yet still on his credit report, it showed that he was late. He calls him, he talks to them. Bottom line is, they didn't want to remove it. It took 6, 7 months. He ended up calling us. And because we were familiar with the laws that take place, or the laws that govern the credit reporting agencies, we were able to get the situation taken care of quickly. There are 3 governing bodies, regulatory systems in the credit reporting industry. There's the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They make sure that your bureau everything on your bureau is reported correctly. There's the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And what they do is make sure that if there is any collections that go on, that is done correctly. And then you have the FBCA, which is the Fair Billing Credit Reporting Act. And what they do is that anything that's being billed to you is being billed correctly. In the essence of time, what I will say is that please take note of the flyer that's going around to you. We do remove all of the items that are listed on the flyer. We improve your credit from 120 to 200 points and the average of 90 to 180 days. You may ask yourself, how can we do that? Why? Because we have knowledge. You see, now that most of us, family, friends, are on that dead-end street that only goes one way with no help, you got to have knowledge. So I'm here to educate you if you need it, if you see fit, if you want to protect your interests for your future regarding your credit, give us a call and we can help you. Because 80% of the credit that's being reported from the credit reporting agencies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, is being presented incorrectly. And because they know that we don't know, all they know to do is go. They make more money off of us by reporting incorrectly than we do by getting it reported correctly. So please give us a call. I hope that if you see any benefit to this, you will take advantage. Thank you.